Well, jazz is a force of nature. It's a feeling. It's a sense of liberation. It's a sense of communing with nature, with higher things. That's what it is for me. For some people, it's a sense of abandon. That's why you see people, some people listen to jazz, they want to dance. That's an element of it. But you know, people go to church and they also have a sense of abandon and they dance and everything in church. So I'm saying that because people that want to detract from jazz would say that, oh, it's abandon. That means you're doing something evil. Okay, so not necessarily so. So I use the word abandon, a sense of abandon, in the sense that you could abandon yourself to the Lord when you're in a sanctified church or someplace. So it's that kind of abandon. It's an abandon of spirit. So that's part of it. It's a sense of hope that life can be better, that things can be better. It's a sense of happiness where things, wow, this is great. That's some of what jazz is.
And why do you play jazz?
Well, I play jazz probably because in a former existence, I might have been a musician, and so that when I was born, I was already really attuned to jazz. I heard, as I said, when I was in the crib almost, I was listening to Fats Waller, and I know Fats Waller from earliest memories I can think about Fats Waller. And it imbued me with joy. So I think not only did I like music, a lot of people like jazz, but I think I had an extra pull from wherever to become a musician, to want to do it. Now, I was also artistically inclined. I like to draw. I like to do watercolor paintings. And so I was artistically inclined. So that might be part of also my former existence, whatever. I came out this time as an artist, you know.
Why do you remain optimistic about the future of jazz?
Well, optimistic about the future of jazz. Well, you know, I am no more optimistic about the future of jazz as I am about the future of life, because life is jazz. So if somebody would say to me in World War II, oh, well, we're going to bomb Dresden, and I'm living in Dresden, and they're going to come over me with all these bombs, and so the world is going to be over. Well, that's possible, but jazz transcends that. Jazz transcends life and death as we know it on this planet. You see, jazz is something which is more universal, eternal. So it has, you say optimistic about, well, I'm optimistic about this is funny. I'm optimistic about the soul. Okay, so I'm optimistic about that. So therefore, I'm optimistic about jazz.
Good answer. What is your greatest challenge?
My greatest challenge every day is to try to be a wipe out the karma, which is wipe out some of the ignorant things that I've done in my life, you know. And I've done plenty of them. I've done some very cruel things in my life, things that I'm very ashamed of, and that but I guess it's part of the learning experience. But now I realize, and I'm still alive, so I have a chance to atone for them in some way. So that's my challenge. My challenge is to be able to be a more progressive, understanding, intelligent human being, because I believe that there is more to life than eating and sleeping and fucking and this kind of stuff. So I have to believe that there's more to the journey than what's happening in this life. Am I getting too deep here for you? Okay.
What is your greatest joy? What is your greatest joy?
Greatest joy. Well, that's like saying, well, what's your greatest record? I don't. My joy is it's just life, and music, of course, is a great help. I'm learning, as I alluded to earlier, I'm learning to be able to really absorb the fact that it's all good, you see, and in that, my greatest joy is everything. What you would consider, or people would consider bad, that's all good. You see, this is where I'm trying to get that enlightenment and understanding.
Why do you like to remain an enigma?
Well, I don't know that I am an enigma, really. I have people that know me, I don't know if they think I'm an enigma. You know, when I play, a lot of people think, well, gee, he's really a different type of guy because he can play jazz the way he does, and he's a different type of musician. So, I mean, as a musician, I have fans writing me all over the world and stuff, and when I do a concert, and they like it, people are really, wow, they want to touch my garment, all this kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I was placed here on the earth, and I'm trying to fulfill everything that I think I've been given to do. So, an enigma, I don't know, that's for other people. They consider me an enigma.
You've accomplished a lot in your life. You've touched a lot of people. You've left a legacy that people study and listen to.
Study?
Study your music. Saxophone
Okay.
players.
Okay.
Listen to your solos. They transcribe them or learn from them.
Okay.
As you move forward here in what I call the third act of your life, are there any goals that you are looking to achieve while you're still here?
Oh, of course. Well, I remember one time my wife and I were traveling to London to do a performance. And we had an article, somebody had written an article about us in the paper. So, I think it was pre-performance. So we were on the plane, and the guy gave us as a Daily Telegraph or something, big article, Sonny Rollins, and the title of the thing was End Game. So in other words, according to this guy, and this must have been about in the 80s maybe, and so the idea was that, this is Sonny Rollins' end game. This is, what end game means, his last blowout or whatever. So I sort of took exception to that. I said, well, why did this guy have the goulions to say that this is how does he know this is my end game? And I was right, because now this is over 20 years later, and I'm still in out here trying to reach my light at the end of the tunnel. So when you say my third act, we don't know how many acts. How many acts do I have according to Bret Primack?
Well, we have three. I base mine on Greek drama, 3 acts.
Oh, so this like my final. So this my end game again.
No.
You're giving me another end game story.
The third act can last a long time.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because
it's a different period. That's
okay. Well, I hope my last third act. I'm glad to hear you say that.
I see third act age 60 to age 100.
Okay. Well, they say a man can live up to age 144, but not beyond. So maybe let's go beyond 100, if you don't mind, as long as we're conjecturing.
I don't mind. It's just that in my own life, thinking about being 60, I feel like I'm kind of in the third act of my life, because I think of it in a drama as a dramatist. The third act, for me, is a way when everything kind of comes together. All the things that you've learned in the first 2 acts, you kind of apply in the third act. Those of us who go through this life and are open and learn, now is the time to apply that wisdom and to move on. So that's why I reference it as the third act.
Okay, well that's okay.
I'm not trying to put an end point. I don't see it as an end
No,
game.
no.
There is no end game, because like you, I don't see this life as one unit. I just see the continuum.
Continuum. Very good. I agree completely. Absolutely.
Final question. You represent something.
Wait, I'm just getting rolling now. Don't make it the final question. Come on, let's go.
You say, you have this role that I'm just curious about. As our elder, as one of the, I know you feel uncomfortable with this, but you are the leading jazz musician on planet Earth at this time because of your status and your age. Do you feel uncomfortable in that role? Do you feel people, being famous and people just want to touch you? Does that make you uncomfortable?
Well, it might have at one time, but without assuming that this is me, that I am this great person. You say, without making that assumption, everything is fine. I'll accept all of that, because I've been out here a while. I've played with a lot of people from different eras, and so on and so forth. So, I'm a humble person, so I would never want to attribute this kind of greatness to me, but I can accept it now. Some years ago I couldn't accept it because I just didn't want, but I can accept that now because I know it's not the ultimate reality, and it's not my reality. See, that's the thing, Bret. It's not my reality. My reality is very much defined. I know what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I do interviews with people and they say, "Oh, gee, Sonny, I heard you practice. You still practicing?" So I said, "Well, yeah, I'm still practicing, man, because I'm still alive. I'm still playing music. Yes, I'm still practicing. I'm still trying to do something right. When I come to play, I'm not just going to go through what I've done in my past career and you know, and thank you, lady. Even if people would want that, that's not who I am. So yes, I'm still practicing. Okay, so my reality then is very much in focus, and it's something that I'm very much involved in and very much into every day. You see, so it's not a big deal to me anymore.